Hello and welcome to the Case IH Axial Flow 250 Series Combine Operation Guide. In this video we shall be looking at the overall cab layout, storage locations, roof switch location and their operation. With the elevator in the raised position, you can safely clean the windscreen by loosening the chains and holding the grab rail while walking round the front of the cab. As you enter the cab, on the opposite window is a warning sign reminding you of the overall height of the combine. Just under 4 metres in transport, just under 5 metres in work, 5.5 metres with the engine guardrail left up, and depending on the auger length, could be up to 7 metres with the unload auger swung out. Remember these heights around trees and especially cables crisscrossing the fields. There are 2 pre-drilled holes in the cab roof and 3 more just below the ignition panel for mounting items such as two-way radios or phone holders. Do not drill any others. For pre-wired 12-volt electrical supply in the cab, please refer to the operator's manual. Do not cut into any other wires. Place your sandwiches and cold drinks in the fridge provided for you under the training seat, and remember to ensure that it is plugged in to the socket. There is plenty of storage space, cup and phone holders on the control arm, a drawer under the seat, a large cupboard behind the seat and cubby holes behind the shoulders. Behind the right cubby hole cover you will find the main fuse and relay panel for the combine. In the roof line on the right there are more cubby holes, and on the left a cupboard for drinks bottles and flasks. This cupboard will be the same temperature as the air conditioning temperature set by the operator. Drop down the window between the cab and the grain tank and ensure that it is clean at the start of each working day. Just above the window is the cab recirculation filter. This will need cleaning now and again by pulling sharply back on the cover and then remove the filter and clean it with compressed air. The seat has a multitude of adjustments including air suspension, heater, back and squab tilt, armrest angle and thigh extensions amongst them. Make yourself comfortable. There is an inbuilt operator presence switch installed, and should the operator leave the seat, the combine will shut off the header and elevator, unloading system, forward movement, AccuGuide, and if, and only if stationary, apply the brake. Move the control arm forward and aft to get a good position and slide the control screen into a good natural visible position. Then adjust the multifunction handle handrest to suit the size and comfort of your hand. The steering column has 3 adjustments: overall tilt angle using the foot pedal, upper section angle using the side lever, and telescopic steering wheel by unscrewing the centre. Place the key in the ignition switch located on the right rear panel. There are a couple of 12-volt accessory plugs just below the switch. Looking across the floor from left to right, you will see the diff lock switch, which will be on as long as your foot is held on the switch, a couple of footrests at the bottom of the steering column, and the column release tilt. Then, to the right, the brakes. Ensure they are latched for road transport. On the steering column is the horn, indicator, light flash, dip and full beam stalk. Also, there is the emergency stop switch, which shuts everything down immediately that it is pushed. The beacons, hazard and brake lights will, however, be illuminated. If possible, restart the combine as soon as possible and idle to cool the turbo before final stopping. In the roof line on the right is the cab climate control. You have the temperature control, which, as you turn the temperature, momentarily pops up in the control screen, the manual fan speed, and in the middle the auto and air conditioning switches, both of which must be switched on for full automation to work correctly. And finally, the defog switch is used for early morning demisting of the windows in conjunction with the manual fan speed. Looking in the roof line from right to left, the first switch is the lights. Off, road lights, full front and rear working lights, and front work lights. The end of row lights are turned on in work manually using the indicator switch or by switching into headland mode on the multi-function handle. The beacon switch has 3 positions: on all the time for road use, daylight working, this is when the grain tank is 3/4 full, the beacon comes on and stays on, nighttime working, this is when the grain tank is 3/4 full, the beacon comes on for about 30 seconds, then goes off, but comes on again when full and stays on until emptied. Washer and wiper switch is in the bottom row, and above is the hazard switch and road mode switch. Road mode allows faster speed on the road and disables the main functions of the combine for safety. It also folds down the unloading chute into transport position and prompts you to lower the elevator to a preset safety height. Remaining on the top row, you have the auto guidance master switch, which must be toggled each time you turn on the engine, the grain tank lids open and close switch, and the folding unloading auger switch, and a 12-volt supply socket. And remaining on the bottom row is the harvest command master switch, which, if required, must be toggled each time you turn on the engine, the heated mirror switch, and the mirror viewing adjustment switch. And finally, you have the radio. The control arm, multi-function handle and control screen are subject to separate videos. However, always remember that more comprehensive information regarding the controls and their functions can be found in the operator's manual, which should be read prior to harvest operations, maintenance and repairs. Thank you for watching and have a great season.